Hello grade 8 students. In this video we're going to talk about our new chapter, digestion. So starting with chapter 1, activity 1, our food. All of you like food. Some of you they like cookies, others they like crab. Some of you they like pizza. Some of them they like, for example, salad. Others they like sushi. So food, all of you like food. So what happens to the food inside our body? So this is the big question. What happens to the food we eat inside our body? What is the final fate of the food inside our body?
First of all, let's start with digestion. Digestion is the transformation of complex food molecules into simplest one to be used by the body cells. Which system is responsible for digestion? Sure, it's the digestive system that is divided into digestive tube or digestive glands. Digestive tube, organs through which food passes through. Digestive glands, organs through which food doesn't pass through. Digestive system includes organs of digestive tube and organs of the digestive glands. Digestive tube, organ they are mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and finally the anus. While in the digestive glands, we have the salivary glands, gastric glands, pancreas, liver, and the intestinal glands. So, what is the function of digestive glands? Digestive glands, they secrete digestive juices into their site of action. Let's move to this table talking about the different digestive glands, their juices, and their site of action. So salivary glands, it secrete a juice is called saliva, where inside the mouth, where the medium is neutral. Gastric gland secrete a gastric juice in the stomach, where the medium is acidic. Pancreas secretes pancreatic juice. Liver secretes bile. Intestinal glands, they secrete intestinal juice in the small intestine, where the medium is basic.
So what about neutral? What about acidic? What about basic? Neutral, where the pH is equal to 7 or it's near to 7, 6.5 to 7. Acidic, meaning that the pH it's less than 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1 is the most acidic one, while basic, the pH it's greater than 7. It's going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and reach to 14. So this is the pH scale. pH, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. So you have to know that whenever we move away from the 7 or below 7, so we are moving away from the neutral. So 7 mainly it represents the neutral, or about 6.5 to 7, let's say it's in neutral, like the keys inside the mouth, where the salivary glands they secrete saliva in the mouth and the medium is neutral. Above 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so we're talking about basic. So as we move away from the 7, basicity will increase. So the most basic is 14, okay? While acidic, as we move away from the 7, which is the neutral, we're moving to more acidic medium. So this is acidic, and where 1 and 2 they represent the most acidic ones or the most acidic media.
First, let's talk about digestion and its complex definition. So, digestion is the set of chemical and mechanical transformation of food molecules into simple nutrients to be used by the body cells to produce energy needed for cellular activity. Carbohydrates, the category of organic food. Complex form, it's polysaccharides. It's a complex chain of simple sugars. It contains starch, cellulose in plants, glycogen in animals. Intermediate form, Disaccharide, it's made up of two simple sugars bonded together, maltose, glucose and glucose, lactose, glucose and galactose, and sucrose is glucose and fructose. Simple form, it's monosaccharide, simplest sugars made up of one unit only, glucose, fructose, galactose. All of them, they are reducing sugars. Moving to the second category, proteins. Proteins, the complex form is protein, complex chain of more than 52 amino acid, polypeptides, chains that contain less than 52 amino acid, and the simplest form is amino acid, it's made up of only one unit. The another category is lipids. It's very energetic. It has the same quantity of lipids as has double the amount of energy supply but the same amount of carbohydrates. It has only complex and simplest complex form lipids, simplest form fatty acids and glycerol. How to identify the presence of certain categories of food. Food test, aim, steps, positive, negative, analysis of the positive, and indication. Water test, it aims to identify the presence of water. Steps of the test, heat the food in a test tube. Positive result, presence of water droplets. Negative, no water droplets. Analysis, after heating the food, water droplets are formed on the walls of the test tube. This indicates the presence of water in the food. Salt test is done to identify the presence of sodium chloride. Add distilled water to the food in a test tube. Shake it well. Add silver nitrate AgNO3 to the tube. Positive result, white precipitate appears, silver chloride crystals. Negative, no white precipitate appears. Analysis of the positive, after adding distilled water and silver nitrate solution to the food, white precipitate appears. This indicates the presence of salt in the food. Fanning test is done to identify the presence of reducing sugar, glucose, fructose, galactose, maltose, lactose. Add equal number of drops of fanning A and fanning B. Heat the contents of the tube. Positive result, brick red precipitate appears. Negative, solution remains blue in color. So the analysis of the positive result, after adding equal number of drops of fanning A and fanning B and heating, or simply you can say after applying fanning test, a brick red precipitate appears. This indicates the presence of reducing sugar. Iodine test is done to identify the presence of starch. Add few drops of iodine solution. Dark blue color appears. No dark blue, which is a negative result. After adding iodine to the food, dark blue color appears. This indicates the presence of starch. Biuret test is done to identify the presence of proteins and or polypeptides. Add equal numbers of drops of NaOH and CuSO4. Violet color appears. The color remains blue in color. This is a negative result, while the violet is a positive. After adding equal drops of NaOH and CuSO4, and or after applying, you can say biuret test, a violet color appears. This indicates the presence of proteins and or polypeptides in the food. Coagulation test, done to identify the presence of proteins. Heat the food till boiling. A positive result, the food coagulates. Negative result, no coagulation. After heating till boiling, the food coagulates. What does this indicate? This indicates the presence of proteins in the food. Translucent spot test is done to identify the presence of lipids. Rub a piece of food against a paper. Observe it under sunlight. Translucent spot is formed. This is a positive result. And no translucent spot is formed. This is a negative result. After rubbing the food against the paper and observing it under sunlight, a translucent spot is formed. This is the analysis. This indicates the presence of lipids in the food. Sodin test is done to identify the presence of lipids. Add salt and test solution. Pink color appears. This is a positive result, and negative, no pink color appear. So after applying the total test, pink color appears. This indicates the presence of lipids.